Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Turn!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes
Swack. Pulling for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins an Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
VSRL Truck Series getting ready to grid here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. 114 laps, 175 miles, race 5 out of 14. Welcome everybody to the VSPEED broadcast. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper. As we get set to grid right now, as it sits, we have one man on the pole here tonight, and that's Nick Gardner, putting it up there in P1, coming back from a long-awaited return to iRacing. And he's able to put it up front with Dan Witt on the outside. Luke Daniels going to be in that top 3. But let's go through your grid right now and show you your starting order for tonight. So again, Nick Gardner with a 32.197. And Dan Witt to his outside, about a 10th off of that time. Actually less than a 10th. It's hundredths of a second separating those two. Row number 2 is going to be Luke Daniels and Garrett Helmlinger in the 4th position. Nicholas Fontenot in the 5th spot with Nicholas Pressey in 6th. Sean Bounty in 7th position, last week's 2nd place finisher. Morgan Cook in 8th position. Brian Hennings in 9th spot. Kyle Stewart 10th. Dylan Bryan 11th spot. Todd Cleveland 12th. Chris Klein and Mark Math, 13th and 14th. 15th position, Larry Dickerson, Sam Hines in 16th. Sean Langton, 17th. Levi Day Carell, that's a new name to me, 18th position. 19th will be Thad Miller and Justin Ritchie in 20th. 21st is Yusuf Ghali. Ross Phillips, 22nd. Dakota Floyd, 23rd. Adam Tips, 24th. Brian Watkins, 25th. 26th, Joseph Selig. And rounding out your field will be Josh Brown and that 67 machine. So I hope everybody's ready to go here tonight. We get set to tee off here. Reminiscent of a super speedway here tonight. As we get set to go green. Pace car is going to make another lap around this place. And that gives me an opportunity here to pop up the chat and get that working for everybody. You guys know I'm really good about watching the chat, so we're gonna do our best here. Pop out chat. We're gonna actually drag this across the screen. And I apologize, but we are gonna drag it across the screen to get it working correctly, just to make sure that I'm in contact with everyone out here on the track. Lights are out on the pace car. And if you're new to the new layout of Atlanta, it's pretty much a super speedway. These guys are going to be running this thing wide open. I After about 10 or 15 laps, you will have to lift a little bit in the draft, and then after about 25 laps, you're going to have to lift entering the corners. But for the most part, it is wide open, very reminiscent of restrictor plate racing. Internet issues. All right, well, that's unfortunate, Josh. I'm sorry that you didn't make the field tonight. Hope you can stick around for the broadcast tonight. Get to watch these guys duke it out for 114 laps here at Atlanta tonight. And if you have not, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single race. Internet not included. Can't do much for you on that one on the connection. I wish I could. I know the feeling. But green flag just about in the air. And there we are, Geico Restart Zone. We're live, VSRL Truck Series at Atlanta. There it is, the lead lap one. Nick Gardner gets it around this place really well. He's got Luke Daniels just behind him, pushing there on that inside, and that inside groove works really well here. Luke Daniels looking really sharp there last week at the Roval. Black horizon across the banner on that machine. As he works the inside behind Nick Gardner. We've got a lot of side-by-side action as we zoom out a little bit here and show you the scape of this field. It's too wide, all the way back to 15th, 16th position. Go back here to Nicholas Pressey, running on that outside line, just outside of the 18 of Chris Klein right now. As they run it down the back straightaway. This is very reminiscent of a Daytona/Talladega race, and Nick Gardner has led 2 laps thus far. Getting around this place really well. Luke Daniels kind of peeks to the inside there for just a second. As they come into turn 1, you can hear no lift off the throttle at all. And stuck up there on the outside, Sean Bounty coming off of turn 2. Let's ride on board with that machine for a minute. You can hear the speed that these guys carry into 3 and 4. And that's thanks to the new layout here at Atlanta. Different opinions about this track, but you can tell it makes for some pack racing, close quarters racing. You got the 99 of Witt right now stuck on the outside. He was outside the pole, and he kind of got freight trained here, but it looks like the outside line might be working its way back up through the field here. Back to 6th position here, but look at the 34 get a push. And look at the work they're doing. Almost 3 wide as they go into turn 1. And we got a car up in the wall. That's a 53 machine. Terrell nicks the wall just for a second. That's all it takes, and it sucks him up into the wall. He's going to fall all the way back to the 23rd position. Might bring it down pit road. Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the lead. 34 car on the outside. Looks like he's going to steal it away here as they go into 1. Bounty on the outside, Gardner on the inside, side by side down the back straightaway. Drag race all the way down. Let's see if the outside can work it into 3. Dan Witt doing a heck of a job pushing on that outside, getting right there on the bubble. Not going to be enough this time, by as I believe the 16 is going to lead another lap. Boy, it's going to be close. Less than 100th of a second separate them at the line. Downey started in the 7th spot. He's worked his way all the way up just on the peak of the lead here. But Luke Daniels fighting back, pushing Nick Gardner. Dan Witt doing a heck of a job. For rent on that machine. If you're looking, oh boy, in the 99 way up on the outside there for a second. Witt actually loses a lot of momentum as they enter turn 1, and that's going to break up the outside line. Looks like Nick Gardner's probably going to lead another lap here. Look at these guys thunder around this place. Already 10 laps in starting. 9 laps in the books. Man, that went quick, didn't it? Sam Hines on the outside there in the 7th position. He's going to tuck down in front of Dylan Bryant on the inside. A lot of these guys seeing the outside line break apart, and they're seeing the momentum shift here. That momentum change will definitely deter you, and we're watching the outside start to form back up. You've got Garrett Helmlinger on the outside, the 4 machine of Yusuf Ghali also out there. Gardner's going to have his work cut out for him because now Luke Daniels peeking to the outside, and he's got a good pusher here. We are yet to see the outside actually take over this lead. With all the shuffling around, Dan Witt almost getting into the wall, it broke up the outside. They had good momentum there for a moment. Thought that was going to happen very early in this race. 12 laps in, and Gardner has led every single one until this one, maybe. Gardner putting it on him. 337 of Nicholas Fontenot trying to edge him out, but Luke Daniels leads that time by, and there's a change for the lead on lap 12. Now going into lap 13, I look for the 28 to probably drop down if they get a good push here on the backstretch. This is what you came for. Everybody out there in chat, let yourself be known. I feed off that kind of energy. These guys are feeding off of a lot of horsepower here tonight in this truck series. Last week's winner, the 8 machine, not able to make it here tonight. Actually, Sean Langton back in 17th position. So I stand corrected. Did not see the 8 machine. There he is right there. Playing a little bit conservative behind his teammates here. And that's kind of the racing that we're in right now. You got to think mindset of a restrictor plate track. You kind of want to stick around your teammates, maybe back it up a little bit if everybody's on the same page. Hard to finish a race if you got no truck to finish with. Still down on the inside here. 74, Brian Hennings. These guys are making headway. Starting to push past that 34 and 28 tandem up on the top. 28 had great momentum. That truck behind him. That's the 34. Sean Bounty might be getting overheated a little bit. Might be running out of steam or making steam. That coolant runs hot pretty easily, and we're 3 wide coming off of 4. In the middle, Dylan Bryant there. The 34 Bounty. Now to the outside, the 71. We're still 3 wide. Yusuf Ghali up the middle. 4 car makes a cut. And the 28 of Luke Daniels falls all the way back to the 9th position. All in one turn. Sam Hines trying to take away the lead here to lead lap 17. He's going to cut it down, and he's going to lead that time by, and now we're 3 wide again. Almost 4 wide. Yusuf Ghali in the middle. Daniels on the outside. Hennings on the bottom. Now it's back here to the 94. Nicholas Pressey. He moves up in front of the 28. It's a lot of action there as they exit turn 2. 28 of Luke Daniels just can't catch a break here. And he's got the 44 Todd Cleveland on the rear bumper. Down that back straightaway, as you can see, all spread out too wide, all the way back to about 12th position. Mark Math back here in 12th spot. Single file from there on back. But you can go 6 rows deep. And the 71 is Sam Hines still fighting there on the outside. Riding on board with Nick Gardner right now. Trying to hold it down there. We're going to go 3 wide almost for the lead there. That momentum shift right there, it's going to break him up. Peeking to the outside for Bounty. So tough not to use that momentum and go around these guys. A little door love almost there with the 71 to the 16. They're still side by side as they come off of turn 4. Sam Hines going to lead this time by. Nick Gardner is actually falling back a little bit. 337 to Fondo can't quite push him past, and I would say the 71 is probably going to drop down in front of him in turn 4. Another little side draft there with the 71 as they come off of turn 2. Carries that momentum. He has Bounty right on his bumper in that side force. This is just about the time these guys are going to have to start lifting a little bit. Gardner probably letting that 337 breathe. But he let it do too much, and Sam Hines going to drop down to the inside. Now the 4 of Yusuf Ghali pushing on the back of Bounty. Sam Hines still holding his own on the outside. He's led 6 of them. Looks like he's going to lead another one as this time by your leader, 71. So if you're new to the VSRL Truck Series, or just joining us for your first broadcast, we're here in Atlanta tonight, race number 5 out of 14. The series will have 4 playoff races, and it's been heated. Dominant performance by Sean Langton at the Roval. We had another driver in the 24 machine make it out here. It's actually the 25 machine. I apologize. He got a win. We've had multiple winners here in this league. Ross Phillips has won a race. Cameron Perez. John Bounty has also got one under his belt. Trying to get another one here. Boy, are they... all the turbulence at 337 to Fontenot gets a little loose there on the apron. Now it's 3 wide through the dog leg. The 337 almost loses it there. It gives Todd Cleveland the advantage. He's able to pass a couple cars there. And this line breaking up big time as they're 3 wide here as they exit turn 2. Yusuf Ghali backs out of it. But a big shuffle for your top 5. Gardner's going to make headroom here again. It's not going to be enough to the line, and Sam Hines going to lead another one. Neck and neck across turn 1. Three lead changes already thus far. 0 cautions. Hard to believe we haven't had a yellow. Some of the things that have happened so far. Pure talent. Pure talent. Getting around this place right now. Oh, there's some door contact between the 71 and the 16 as they exit turn 2. Sam Hines just barely gets into the door of Nick Gardner. Gardner's still fighting around that bottom. Hines is pinching him down. That time across the line, it's Gardner, but not by much. 1,000th of a second that time through. Now we got lap traffic to contend with. There's a 4-car tandem here in front of these guys that might cause a little bit of interference. (16) able to break away a little bit. Now he's going to work up to the outside. That 12 car down on the bottom, that Joseph Selig. This is going to help Nick Gardner use it as a pick here as he drives to the outside of the 13 machine of Thad Miller, and we've got trouble. 71 in the wall. How was there not a caution here? Incredible. 4 wide. Incredible. That unfortunately drops the 71 of Sam Hines all the way back to the 13th position. But that could have been much worse for the 71. He worked his way up there to the lead. He led a few laps, and we got another car smoking here. That looked like it was the 28 machine of Luke Daniels. These guys still trying to bring out a yellow. I don't know, I'm just kind of letting this race happen in front of me. I don't know exactly what to talk about at any given time. I know it's a commentator's job to do that, but we got a car dropping down to the apron. That looks like the 5 machine of Ross Phillips is going to let everybody by. A previous winner, actually, in this league. He's going to back it up and let some of these cars by. Sharp-looking paint scheme on that 5 car, though. Liking that metallic red. Nicholas Pressey, now he's challenging the leader on the outside. Sean Bounty is definitely a good pusher. I'm yet to see Sean Bounty lead a lap, though. Well, I guess he led 3 of them. He got 3 of them somehow. And I must have missed it. I guess it happened previously. I don't know exactly if he edged out Nick Gardner, but he has been doing a heck of a job here on the outside. And what I'm most impressed with, though, is the inside line. Only 2.5 cars because we've got the 55 who's not quite, that's Justin Ritchie. He's not quite snugged up on the bumper of Yusuf Ghali right now. And Ghali, how about that? Yusuf Ghali starting back where he did. In 21st position, all the way up to 2nd spot. So now he's up here pushing your leader of Nick Gardner in the 16. And 37 laps into this thing, I don't know how we haven't had a yellow. The intense battle keeps brewing that outside line, trying to get reorganized. 337 LaFontenot on the outside, and fifth, trying to push Nicholas Pressey back up there to the leaders. That's a lot of work to do, though, because the 4 of Yusuf Ghali is glued to the 16's bumper right now. Little bump draft as they enter turns 3 and 4. What's going on, burnouts? And we've got a wreck. How do we not have a wreck? Oh, we've got an engine popped, and that's the 74 machine of Brian Hennings. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that. I have no idea how we didn't have a yellow. How we do have a yellow. Caution comes out. Lap 39. That's a big wreck. Yeah, the 3. Okay. I was going to say, if we didn't get a yellow for that. A 3 car went end over end into the outside retaining wall. Cars trying to come down pit road. We're going to look at it one more time. Let's go on board with the 03. 03, the 3. End over end for the 3 car. And one more time, we're going to ride on back here with Chris. Nowhere to go for the 18 machine of Chris Klein. And that'll bring out caution number 1. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. A lot of chaos there. So it got really intense there for just a second. Max, it got crazy. But Nick Gardner wins the battle off of pit road. And 40 laps into this thing, slight rear end damage. But he's still sitting pretty. And the top, yeah, that was my job, he said. Yeah, I mean, we can go back and look at highlights from previous wrecks that didn't happen. The 71 of Sam Hines hits the outside wall completely sideways. I believe the 28 of Luke, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here. Luke Daniels gets sideways and smokes. Several different instances where this could have happened. It happens when they're trying to hit pit road. Anyway, wave around's happening now. 17 machine goes by, get his lap back. That's Brian Watkins. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting doubled back up. Side-by-side racing as per usual. Live here on VSPEED. VSRL Truck Series has ran 40 laps, about 39, before caution number 1 comes out here at Atlanta. 7 lead changes thus far. Nick Gardner, he's been sticking that inside line. Interesting to see. He has a different partner there. Sean Bounty's going to be the one pushing. And Bounty was able to push a couple different people past the 16 to get some laps led. He actually had the 28 up there to lead some laps. He led some laps himself. Yusuf Ghali did a really good job retaliating on that. Answering the call on the inside. That 4 truck is fast. 199 of Mark Math on the outside. 34 Bounty on the inside. You can see your leaders, Ghali, Gardner. What's it going to be here? Does the 4 truck get by the 34 and 16 tandem? I don't know. But that hard left-hand turn into the Geico restart zone. Here we go. Getting ready to go back green. VSRL live again. Green flag is out. And already connected to the bumper is the 34. Bounty is already shoving as they go into turn one. Skipped up to the outside. Bounty's going to go for the lead here on 42. He hops up in front of Yusuf Ghali, and here goes the 34 to lead lap 42. Just by inches. Ghali doesn't quite have the push down the backstretch, but here they go into turns 3 and 4. Sam Hines on the bumper of Nick Gardner. Not the tandems that I thought were going to happen, but the 34 saw the 4 car and how good he pushed. And he's hanging with him. Let's see if the 34 can take away the lead. Oh, and Nick Gardner's around. Big wreck. 199 of math in it. The 41. The 54's involved. The 24 Dakota Floyd trying to sneak through there. Massive carnage here on lap 44. And there goes Nick Gardner around. Sam Hines just pushing a little bit too deep into the corner. And that collects about 7 to 10 trucks. Let's ride on board here with Dakota Floyd. Where do you go? Oh, he gets collected. He gets a little hit there from Mark Math that was on the outside. That smoke completely blinding the 24. That's the 18 of Chris Klein there. That's just barely minimal damage. Let's ride with the 199 of Mark Math. So a lot of trucks broken in that. You can see all the damage on the engines, all the smoke. It's a lot of trucks to be collected. A lot of takers on pit road here. Bryant, Hennings, the 41 machine, Kyle Stewart on pit road as well. A lot of damaged trucks down here in pit lane. Trying to get their service done. That was complete carnage. I'll tell you what, the 16 of Nick Gardner, the pole sitter, he's got a lot of left front damage here. We look back here to Sean Bounty coming out of turn 4, and we're going to look where Nick Gardner is located. You better get it back out there. He might have some guaranteed damage that he can't get repaired in time to come back out. Cross the line here for the 34. Ah, 16's down and away. That's close. Nick Gardner probably going to come back around, back down pit road, try to get some more damage repaired. But lap 43. Big wreck. The big one, they call it, at Atlanta. What a mess. Yeah, it was something. That was a lot of cars to get involved in that. But we're doubled back up. Sean Bounty on the inside. Garrett Hemlinger on the outside. Justin Ritchie, Adam Tips, Morgan Cook, your top five. Sean Langton, last week's winner. Yusuf Ghali, Dan Witt, Luke Daniels, Sam Hines. Don't think they have it out of their system quite yet, chat. They're not done. They're pushing hard. But here we go for the third time tonight to bring out the green flag. Sean Bounty spins the tires a little bit and gets a heck of a jump on the 55. Green flag's back out. We're back underway. Bounty's going to lead this lap, and no lines have really gotten organized, surprisingly. Now the outside with Yusuf Ghali and Garrett Hemlinger starts to get situated. The inside with the 55 of Justin Ritchie going to get right up to the bumper. The VRX simulators machine of Sean Bounty trying to lead another lap, but Garrett Hemlinger is going to say otherwise. Here they come off of turn 4. Who's going to be at the line? Looks like the 21 of Hemlinger's just going to edge him out by 1/100th of a second. Just enough to get a lap led there. Started back in the 4th position, has Yusuf Ghali on the outside, pushing him really well. We haven't talked much about this 21 truck tonight. But he got creative here. And after that second caution, running the outside line with only 3 cars involved with it, he's able to clear the 34. He might take Yusuf Ghali with him. Oh boy. That was a close one. They're able to clear the 34, but the 21 dropped down a little bit late and almost turns the 21 of Garrett Hemlinger. Bounty back up on the outside. He's got the 55 of Ritchie. The 8, Sean Langton down on the bottom. You could quite literally throw a blanket over top of this top 5. Still shuffling for the lead. 34 on the outside. Hemlinger on the inside in the 21. Side by side into turns 3 and 4. Doesn't look like Ritchie's really glued to the bumper like Ghali is to the 21. Don't think it's going to be enough. Hemlinger leads another lap. 0.06 of a second separate these two. Now the lap car up there on the outside is the 53. He's going to get up out of the way. These guys are able to clear it, but that checks up the outside line. If I'm the 34 Bounty, I think I drop down to the bottom here. There's an opening. And Yusuf Ghali sees it. He knows the 34 has the momentum, and now the 21 of Hemlinger is going to fall back. But he has Sean Langton catching up to him. Yusuf Ghali is going to take away the lead and lead that time by lap 54. Now into 55 down the backstretch. 4-car has him cleared. Returning the favor now. The 34 is going to push. Still side by side. The 4-car had him cleared. He didn't drop down in front of him. Now Garrett Helmlinger has Sean Langton catching up to his bumper. Langton on the inside. The 4 of Golly is going to lead another time by. Last week's winner started back in 17th, all the way up to 5th spot. Little pinch down from the 4-car. That's going to break the momentum up a little bit. I assume Todd. Is this Todd or is this, We got 2 cars out of the race tonight. Mark Matt, Todd Cleveland. Not sure. I think this is Todd Cleveland in the chat right now. But still working on lap 58 out of 114. We're past the halfway point here. These guys have not let up at all. Golly still up there on the outside, leads another time. Bounty pushing him. You know the 4 truck really wants to clear and get down inside. Just not able to do it through 1 and 2. Right on board back here with the 28 of Luke Daniels. $60 laps started here, and the 28 back here in the 6th position. He was towards the front for most of this thing. He's worked his way back into the top 10 on the outside of Dan Witt. He has the 18 of Chris Klein pushing him, trying to keep pace, but Yusuf Ghali, Sean Bounty, Garrett Helmlinger, your top 3. Helmlinger just not able to edge out Ghali on that front stretch to lead another lap. But as these laps tick away, the outside line is becoming more and more form. We've seen a little bit of 3 wide here tonight. It has been working. Four of Ghali leads another time by. He might just stick to that outside. He's got a good pusher there with Bounty on the outside, so I don't see why he would drop down right now. Langton leaving a little bit of cushion there between him and the 21. We've got the 13 of Thad Miller going to be used as a pick here. Yusuf Ghali's actually going to get a little momentum swing, and the 34 also able to clear. These guys could drop down if they wanted to. Puts it in perspective right there. That outside line is much faster right now than the 21 and the 8. There's not a lot of bumper love going on there on the inside. Not like there is on the outside line. Work your way through the top 10. Yusuf Ghali in the first position. He's led 10 laps here thus far. We can work back one more spot to Sean Bounty, who's been in and out of the top 3 all night long. Garrett Helmlinger in the 3rd position. He's trying to get a good push from your 4th place driver, Sean Langton. Last week's winner They just haven't had the momentum. Fifth spot is going to be belonging to Justin Ritchie. And look at Adam Tips. Almost involved in that caution at lap 43. Now finds himself in the 6th position. Luke Daniels in 7th spot, running outside of Dan Witt. Dan Witt's going to take away that position as we talk about it. Chris Klein in the 9th spot. And then rounding out your top 10 will be Nicholas Pressey. If you guys are interested, that QR code right there will take you to the VSRL Set Truck Series Discord. If you're looking for an invitation to join the league, more info can be found there. We can put that back up periodically, but there's the QR code for tonight to get into it. But as of right now, your leader, Yusuf Ghali, dropping in. Another lap led that time by. 12 laps led here. I think what's baffling me right now is 21st position for the starting spot. That's a lot of cars to work around. That's a lot of traffic. And I know these cautions kind of help, but Ghali is just on another level right now, getting his way up to the front. A little shuffle back here in the 10th position. Nicholas Pressey looked like he lost a little bit of ground. Can't quite decide what line he wants to work with. And that's fitting because the Ford truck is actually losing ground. The inside is working now. And the 21 of Helmlinger lead this time by. Ollie gets him again, but not by much. 0.03 of a second as they cross the line. That 4 truck, that 34 truck, they've been tough. They've been tough to get around. Approaching green flag pit stops for some of these guys. Probably about lap 40 into the run, and some of these cars 32 laps into the run. You're going to see a pit stop for fuel here very soon. Gully on the outside, Bounty on the outside. Humlinger just not able to edge him out. Let's see what it is this time by. 0.04 of a second as they cross the line. 21 truck just not able to get any kind of push here from the inside at all. What they look like this time by. The 21's going to lose ground again. Langton just not up on the bumper like the 34 is on Ghali. And that's costing this inside group. As they're getting ready to wreck soon. Burnouts, I don't know. These guys have they've really tamed it down. more laps tick by, the more I think that we might have some green flag pit stops here. Them Tips looked like he was trying to come to pit road, but missed it. The Tips is going to fall back all the way back to the 17th, 18th position. Luke Daniels trying to decide, almost 3 wide as they go into turn 3. Golly's just holding such a better line here, and watch the nose of this machine. If he edges them out as they come off of turn 4, gonna be close. I believe that was another lap led for the 4 truck. All right, 21 definitely going to lead this time by. As they come off of turn 4, he's got the advantage. The 34 truck drops down to the inside. Might have been running hot. That brings Nicholas Pressey up to the picture. 34, 94 going to drop down. That leaves the 4 truck of Golly completely out to dry. And you can definitely tell they're getting ready to come down pit road. Oh, the 21 moves it up the track a little bit. But he's able to get it down pit road. We've got the 8 of Langton. The 41 is Stewart. Looks like maybe the 55 down there as well. That's the 51 of Morgan Cook. No 4 tires and fuel for these machines. Yusuf Ghali is going to round another lap. I'm yet to see anybody else bring it down pit road. They come Justin Ritchie. John Bounty down pit road. They're kind of using that official NASCAR timing mark for coming down pit road. We know last week, if anybody caught the Cup race, actually 2 weeks ago, they were using the back straightaway to access. Kind of like a Homestead access road, like they used to do back in the day. But Nicholas Pressey staying out there on the track. He's going to lead lap 82 as they come around for 83. I would see these guys pitting very soon. I mean, that's a strategy, staying out here as long as the fuel can run, but the 4 truck, he's going to bring it down now. That's Yusuf Ghali pitting all by his lonesome. Pressey still out there on the track. He has the 28 of Luke Daniels, Dan Witt on the inside. Chris Klein, Larry Dickerson on the outside. There's Brian Hennings coming back out on the racetrack right now. 74 looks like it's got most of the damage repaired. But Brian Hennings being scored back here in the 18th position. 3 laps down. Tough break for the 74 here tonight. All right, here we go. Dan Witt. Oh, boy. Pressey looked like he was trying to get to pit road. He loses a ton of time. Luke Daniels, Dan Witt, Dakota Floyd down pit road. Chris Klein stays out there. Pressey was trying to get to pit road. Didn't quite clear down there. Now look for these trucks to come down now. 18 of Chris Klein. 69. Oh, we almost have some trouble here. The 3 truck is around. Dylan Bryant down through the grass. Little contact there. Let's go back and look at that. This is trying to get onto pit road. And that's a 94 Nicholas Pressey that gets into the back. He has to check up for the 69 machine. And wow, does he... I can't believe he got that machine off the wall. Able to hit his pit stall, minimize the damage, but the 3 Pepsi machine having a tough time. Nicholas Pressey in his pit stall. He loses a little time. The 18 down and away, the 69 down and out. Here comes Garrett Helmlinger back to take away the lead. John Langton, Morgan Cook, your top 3. After this all cycles through. They should be able to make it on fuel from here on out. Yusuf Ghali able to recover there, pitting by himself, driving by himself. He's on the outside line by himself. He's all alone, but he's outside, and he's trying to hang with these guys. 4 or 5 cars deep. Oh, and he gets turned there in the entrance of 3. The 4 truck, and that's going to bring out a yellow. Yusuf Ghali goes around. That brings out a caution on lap 90. Here they go into turn 3, and it looks like the 51 just gets up into the door of the 4 truck. Go back one more time and ride on board. Morgan Cook makes a little contact there. I don't know, chat. You be the judge of that. I don't know. Looked like the 51 might have got up there a little bit, a little high on the entrance. Tough break there for the 4. Yusuf Ghali. That keeps Garrett Helmlinger up in the lead. 91 laps into this race. This throws everything out the window. This 7-8 car tandem had broken away. What we're going to do here, we're going to take it to a quick commercial break. Southeast Tutoring 175 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. VRX sponsoring this league. Southeast Tutoring sponsoring this league. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
We're back live on the back straightaway. Southeast Tutoring 175 getting set to go back green on lap 93. VSPEED's going to bring you the rest of this coverage, and it's been spicy here tonight, chat. We've had a lot of different drivers get involved with each other, whether directly or indirectly, but getting set to lead them back off. Garrett Helmlinger sitting pretty just towards the tail end of this thing. Lights are out on the pace car. Sean Langton on the outside. Morgan Cook. John Bounty, Justin Ritchie, your top five. Geico restart zone. We're back live for the fourth time tonight. Maybe a missed shift there on the outside line. I'm not sure, but someone's getting around Dan Witt. That's Yusuf Ghali in the 4, trying to go back to the lead. On the outside, 3 wide with Dan Witt. Justin Ritchie on the bottom. Morgan Cook, the 4 on the outside. The door gets closed by the 99. Helmlinger's leading this time by Langton on the outside. This is for the lead. That 8 truck's very powerful, and he's got a good pusher with Sean Bounty. But Morgan Cook fighting back on that inside. That time by, it's Langton. We got a truck up into the wall back there. But staying here towards the front, Langton, lap 95. Drag race down the back straightaway. He's got the nose over top of Garrett Helmlinger. Helmlinger looking for a push here down the front stretch. Langton's going to get it. These guys grouped up big time. The 4, Yusuf Ghali on the outside now in 1 and 2. 3 and wide. Justin Ritchie on the bottom there. And almost some contact between Dan Witt. Ghali still up there on the outside. He gets by. He clears the 99. Now to the bumper of the 34 of Bounty. He peeks back to the outside again. 3 wide across the line. He gets right up on the bumper of Langton. 3 wide for the lead. Drops back down to the inside and leaves the 8 of Langton out to dry. And Langton's going to lose a lot of positions. Now down the middle. He breaks up the 34 of Bounty. He pushes the 21 of Helmlinger. The 51 of Cook to the inside. Still 3 wide as they go through 3 and 4. Helmlinger able to hold on to the lead through all of it. The 4 truck of Ghali has moved 6 positions in 1 lap. 2 laps. Now he goes to the lead. Peeking to the inside, now the outside. The 21 of Helmlinger holding him off. Downey on the third position. The 51 of Cook. Dan Witt in fifth spot. Justin Ritchie starting to push the 51 back up to momentum. A little bit of damage on the right front of the 51. He might not have the speed to catch up to these boys as the outside line gets really organized on lap 99 out of 114. Yusuf Ghali and Garrett Helmlinger pushing that outside line. Dan Witt drops to the bottom now. What a momentum here for the 99 as he goes to the very bottom. He takes away a couple spots. And the 4 truck into the wall. He turns in front, the 99 in the air. Big wreck behind him. That collects 12 trucks. We saw such a run going there for the 4 of Yusuf Ghali. And then a massive pile up there. Let's set this all up. You can see the 4 truck on the outside. Dan Witt drops to the bottom. I'm not exactly sure what happens to the 4 truck. I don't know if he gets touched or maybe he tries to go to the outside of the 21. And the room just isn't quite there. And that sends Dan Witt up in the air. Let's go on board with the 4 truck of Yusuf Ghali. Let's go back another 10 seconds here and right on the nose. I think he tries to go to the outside here. It's kind of there, but he tags the wall. He clips the inside, and it's just pure carnage behind him. Now let's ride on board with the guy that started on the pole here. Holy cow, did the 99 go flying. That was on board with Nick Gardner. We got to go back and see this one more time from the back of Garrett Helmlinger's machine. Watch these trucks fly. Incredible. So that sets us up for caution number 4. The 21 lead changes here tonight at Talladega. I almost called it Talladega. In Atlanta. It's one of those southern tracks. I tell you, the way these guys are driving, they're pushing hard in lap 100. We have our 4th caution here tonight. We're on lap 102 out of 114. Any picks out there in chat right now? Anybody out there that could decide this race? Or cautions. Yes, that's exactly what cautions do. The daddy caution and a mommy caution love each other very much. They make 2 more baby cautions. But I tell you what, that last caution was a C-section because it was a big one. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to be as professional as I can be, but after that one, I mean, we got to be honest. That was a lot of cars involved. We're talking about the 18, the 16, the 41, the 8, the 99, the 4. That's too much. And we're getting set to do it all again. Reset the field at lap 103. Take the green back at 104. I just, yeah, that's the product of the new Atlanta. John Bounty on the inside. Garrett Hemlinger going to elect to take the outside line this time. See if he can get hooked up with his teammate Adam Tips in the Optic Gaming 54. Dylan Bryant sneaking in there in the top 5 down on the inside. There's the 24, Dakota Floyd. Haven't talked too much about him tonight. He's had a lot of damage early in this race. Sean Langton somehow still up here in the top 10. Green flag back underway. 21 of Hemlinger going to lead him off. Hemlinger holds it up there on the outside, not getting much help from the 54 of Adam Tips. The 34 and the 3 getting it done down here on the bottom. Bounty going to lead this time by. Hemlinger just short there on that time. Now getting connected to the bumper is the 54 of Tips. They're still losing ground. Tips hits the outside wall. The 5 truck of Ross Phillips sneaks through the middle. Now he's going to be up there. And the block is put on by the 34, and that allows Dylan Bryant to go through. 3 wide as they go through 3 and 4. Larry Dickerson out of nowhere. The guy that struggled so much last week at the Roval. He had 104 incident points. Finds himself up here in the top 5. Unbelievable 3 wide as they go down the back straightaway. Cressy stuck in the middle. Hemlinger on the outside. Ross Phillips. Dickerson. And now a move by the 21 to drop to the inside. Now 3 wide battle for the lead. Dylan Bryant putting the blocks on. 7 laps to go. And a wreck behind him. Sean Langton involved. He's sideways. No yellow. Still side by side now. That battle for the lead has not let up. Somewhere back around 7th or 8th place, Sean Langton gets turned sideways, and now a yellow is out. That collected about 4 or 5 cars. I'm not sure if it was admin caution or not. Let's see if we can go back and find a replay for you. We'll find the original. This is right here with Langton going sideways. You see the 3-way battle for 2nd through 1st there. And somehow okay, that's a 5 of Phillips. He gets collected. And I'm not sure if Phillips maybe spins out later on down the road. This might have been it right here. Yep, right there. Dakota Floyd gets into the 54 Tips. These guys go around on the backstretch. So there's the aftermath. That brings out caution number 5. Look at that. I found it. And a lot of takers down pit road. They're not done yet, chat. We've still got some green light checkers. Still got 4 laps to go. There's still plenty of time. Well, what carnage have we seen here tonight? Just an intense battle for the lead. And they ran this race 40 laps at the start, under green. Put together green flag pit stops. And you wouldn't know it, but this race has been ran mostly under green flag. Adam Tips involved in that. Unfortunate. Dakota Floyd. Ross Phillips. Like the 54 of Adam Tips also getting the bad end of that deal. How about this? Dylan Bryant finds himself in the lead. And when we take the green, There's going to be less than 3 to go. Larry Dickerson, Garrett Helmlinger, Sean Bounty, and Nicholas Pressey, your top 5. I don't know. The lights are out on the pace car. I was going to pull a guy up here, but I think we let him duke it out. No pressure. Does the 21 have enough to get around the 69 and the 3? We have another win by Sean Bounty. We have a first-time winner. The 21 hasn't won this season. The 3 hasn't won this season. This is really anybody's race. Can they get it done? Post-race going to be brought to you by VRX Simulators and the Southeast Tutoring Truck Series presented here on VSPEED. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and follow this broadcast as we get set to go. Thought it was going to be 3 to go, but it says 5 to go. I think we're going to get it with 4. We do have green-white checkers turned on. Limited tire sets in this league. Probably no tires left to take. Use them if you've got them. Dylan Bryant on the outside. Larry Dickerson. Sean Bounty. Garrett Helmlinger. Justin Ritchie. Pace car lights are out. They're going to make a hard left turn. And we're going to get set back to go for the 6th time tonight. This could be for all the marbles. This could be the end of the race. Dylan Bryant knows it. He hits the loud pedal in the Geico restart zone, and we're back green. I'm going to cross the line now for 3 laps to go. Dylan Bryant trying to hold off Garrett Helmlinger. The 69 to Dickerson pushing him on the inside. 21 has Nicholas Pressey and Sean Bounty on the outside with him. John Blankton somehow able to salvage that machine and keep it up there in the top 10. He's running in the 7th position. Down the back straightaway to take 2 to go. Dylan Bryant looking for a pusher. That outside is much more organized. Can Larry Dickerson push him past this 21 machine? 2 laps to go. Outside line really organized. Pressey, Bounty pushing the heck out of the 21. Dickerson, Bryant trying to hold him off. White flag in the air. Here they come one last time around this speedway. Final lap for Garrett Helmlinger and Dylan Bryant. Who's going to get it done? Larry Dickerson's got to get a push in the 3 truck. The 21, the 94 is going to take away the lead. Nicholas Pressey is going to walk away with this one. He was at the right place on that exit. He gets it done. And here comes Nicholas Pressey off the corner one last time. Checker flag in the air. Your winner here tonight, the 94. Nicholas Pressey gets it done. John Langton with a 2nd place finish. Dylan Bryant able to bring it home and salvage a 3rd. Maybe a little congratulations from Sean Langton. Pressey's going to burn it down here on the front straightaway. Congratulations to Nicholas Pressey, able to get it done here tonight. Interview with your top three right after this quick commercial break. We're going to pull them up here. Excellent race here tonight in Atlanta. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, big wiggle.
Here comes Lyle using the bottom. Zach Car closing in behind.
And here comes Lionel. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Around its turn!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Swack.
A push for the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was really awesome.
We're back live, catching up on pit road. We've got the 3 truck of Dylan Bryant down here, and I tell you what, man, that was just a heck of a finish. You restart here on this last one up front in the lead with about 3 to go. What was going through your mind, man?
Really, I was just trying to help out Larry some with points, and he had a lot of front end damage, so we was talking in our team channel, and I was like, hey, just try to push me as much as you can, but he had a lot more front end damage than we was expecting. If it weren't for my teammate being on the inside of me, I would have stayed up high. It was just you could get a little bit more of a run off the corners up high and stuff. Maybe not enough to clear the person under you, but with him having as much damage, he really couldn't tuck up into my bumper and push me good. But I saved it though when they got turned on.
Yeah, the
outside side of
catastrophe.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched it or not, but I was sideways like real bad. So, but hey, a top 3 isn't bad. I don't run VSRL as much as what I would like, but I try to join up when I can, and races clean as I can, and I was hoping to get the win, but shout out to Nick on his win, and the Sean who got second.
Well, we're actually watching the footage here on this last restart, going down the backstretch. That outside line has 5 rows deep, and it's you and Larry with a little bit of damage, Larry, down on the bottom. So you guys held your own. It was really impressive. Take us through, because this place has changed. We've had this new format at this racetrack compared to the old Atlanta. How much of an advantage is it to be down there on that bottom compared to the top?
I would say on fresh tires, the advantage probably goes to the inside lane. But I would say about 10, 15 laps, you start getting a lot looser on the bottom and gotta, chase it up the track some, or or lift a lot more. I was more snug on the outside lane, and you know I wasn't trying to leave Larry out to dry, so I was just trying to help him out some, and you know I can't guarantee to say that if I was up top that I would have won the race, but it would have increased the chances a little bit more. But yeah, it's just a challenge. It's a loose loose setup on the trucks and stuff, and after about like 25, 30 laps, it was like real bad. So, but it's a you know I prefer the old Atlanta because you
Oh, me
kind of
too.
put your old faith in your own hands, and I'm pretty good at the old track, and I probably would have gotten top five unless I would have messed up something if it was on the
Oh,
old
I'm right there
layout.
with you, man. I'm right there with you. Actually, I want to admit this on broadcast. I don't normally do this, but I won Atlanta and WFO last Wednesday, so I much prefer the old Atlanta. Yes, I agree. But
Yeah, yeah. I forgot where I finished at. I think I I didn't take tires. Like the first pit stop, I think it was, and I fell behind and stuff there. So which I did win a few races last season with WFO until my schedule at work changed and stuff, and now it done changed back to a better schedule. So I can start to run a lot more during the week and stuff too. So but
how
yeah,
did you recover that? I'm looking at this right now down the backstretch. I don't know how you did that too on pit road. We watched you spin down to the inside grass, and that was an incredible save. I think it was Nicholas that got into the back of you.
yeah,
You had to check up. So, yeah, it was
yeah,
just I mean, milestone after milestone in this race tonight. We ran 40 laps under green. We had a green flag pit stop. This race had everything. It really
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. I did flip in the first big wreck multiple times on the front straightaway too. So
Yeah,
I used up my fast repair. I avoided that big wreck at the end somehow. I think the code like the truck in front of me that was like I was gonna hit, like he like bounced up into the air and it was like open track and everybody was just sliding down.
that was
Down. I
Wit,
was
I
like,
believe. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, this is days of thunder here, and
Yep.
you know, I just stayed up in it, and I think I came out. I think third. So in which after that restart, I think it was Sean. I think he moved up, and like I don't know, I just passed him too, and I made a few blocks and stuff, and then Larry got up there and caution again and stuff. So it was a crazy race, um, a unpredictable race. Anybody can win it. It's a lot of luck involved. So
Well, before we let you go, Dylan, it's good to hear from you again. Good to have you back up here
oh
in the
yeah,
broadcast booth. Do you have
oh yeah,
anybody I'd like to shout out here tonight?
yeah. First off, Southeast Tutoring Services and stuff. I got the logo on my spoiler and on the banner of my truck. I know they do a lot for the league and stuff. Huge shout out to VSPEED. Man, you do a amazing job with the broadcast. If I can't race it, I am listening to it and stuff. And I want to give a shout out to
Appreciate
Chris
that.
Klein. Um, he was helping us out tonight after he got totaled again. He was kind of helping me spot and stuff, and showing me which lanes was moving to where I could make a few blocks. Not aggressive blocks, but enough time to block a few runs and stuff. And then a huge shout out to Larry. I was trying to help him out with the points, and I think he got torn up and stuff. And I know he was kind of already back in the playoffs a little bit. I think he was still in the top eight in points, but I'm sure he lost a few points. So, but also to Garrett, he does a fantastic job with the league and stuff. And you know, when I asked him if I could come back after being off like after 5 races of the other season
An
and stuff, he's like,
eternity.
yeah, yeah, man, sure thing. So you know, all that there means a lot to me. Um, but it also comes with I try to race everybody, as clean as possible, and and just try to show like everybody on the track a lot of respect and stuff. So, but But yeah, other than that, congratulations to Nick and Sean on his win. Well, Nick's win and Sean's second place. I've raced with Sean before. Anytime you can share a podium with Sean, it means a lot. He's extremely good. So
Yeah.
I'm just thankful to get the top three. And if you're running tomorrow night, I will be attending that. So
Oh,
I get
well,
you.
tomorrow night I will be broadcasting here on VSPEED at BTDY, but I'll be there
Okay.
Wednesday night.
All right. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday night then.
Right on, and go back and watch this broadcast, Meg, because I want you
Okay,
to
I will.
enjoy the cautions breeding cautions comment that I'm not entirely responsible for. I think there was some Bud Light sponsoring that one, but anyway, nonetheless, man, Dylan Bryant bringing it home in third place.
Oh,
We
yeah.
appreciate your time and good luck tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, later.
All right, there's your third place finisher. We're gonna find Sean Langton. We're looking for him. I had him up here. He disappeared. I don't know where he went. He's disappeared entirely. No Sean Langton here. He probably had to go. He had some stuff going on. So on Sean Langton's behalf here, we're gonna pull that truck up here. The dude had a ton of damage. All right, he's able to pull it off here in the second position. And after last week's win, able to maintain and minimize the damage from this race. So congratulations to Sean Langton, able to get it done here tonight. But we got one more guy to interview. We got one more to pull up here, and that's your race winner. Then Nick Swaggins up here in the broadcast booth. It's Bradley Cooper. You got a copy?
I got a copy. How are you doing, Mr. Mr. Bradley?
Mr. Bradley. We're gonna call me Mr. Bojangles. That's okay too. You can call me that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you can use my government name or whatever you want. But you're able to get it done. Right place at the right time on the exit of 4. Incredible race thus far. Like, I can't believe all the things we had. We had everything from lead changes to green flag runs, green flag pit stops. This race really had it all.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun start to finish. These guys are a bunch of great people to race with every week. When I get the chance, I couldn't show up last week. Last Monday was my birthday. Out celebrating. I'm glad that I could come back today and race with these guys again. And boy, was it a blast.
Well, I tell you what, you go out and celebrate your birthday, and then you come back and celebrate a win. How does that feel?
It feels great, and I really am sorry to Dylan because I hit him coming onto the pit lane, and that was what happened when he spun over there, and I am sorry about that. As for the last lap, I did everything I could to stay off of Garrett, and from what the member site lap logs are telling me, I did stay off of him. There's nothing there on lap 114, so. I made sure because that was not the plan. The plan wasn't to just shove Garrett far out enough that I could get in. The plan was hope the inside has a mistake, and if the inside has a mistake, it cut low all the way down to the grass out of 4, and hope you can beat him to the line. It didn't go that way, unfortunately, and I really am sorry that that's how it panned out for him and all the ones that got caught up in those last wrecks. But in the end of the day, it is a fantastic win. It's going to do great for my point standings, and overall, it really does just help make you feel a little bit better.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Now we're going back to this restart. We'll rewind it again here. You're starting back in the what looks like the 5th or 6th position. You started back there as well. Did you feel like you passed 100 cars here tonight? Because I know that there was ups and downs for everyone throughout this race.
I'd say 50 is a better estimate. There was a time when I went to the back of the pack intentionally, and then there was one where I went to the back not so much of my own volition. back in that first major wreck, got totaled. But
Yeah.
there were,
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
right, there was a lot of,
a
I'm
lot of ups
sorry.
and downs. No, you're go ahead. Go ahead. It's your interview, man. You won the race tonight, buddy. Go ahead.
You're absolutely right. There are a lot of ups and downs for everyone involved. I think the hardest part of the race for me was not having people to talk to outside of iRacing comes after around lap 50. The only real person I was with was the 71 of Hines. Great guy. Yeah, things just didn't work out for him early on. And once that happened, you really have to focus in and hope that you're doing everything right. And while I didn't quite do everything right, um, I passed enough cars and I made the right decisions in the end.
I mean, that's almost like running without a spotter, though. Honestly, not being able to have communication with teammates or other drivers outside of the iRacing comms. And so, I mean, Nick, you overcame all the different things that happened in this race. An excellent victory here. The new Atlanta, it is crazy. Anything can happen. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out for the victory here tonight?
The league puts on a great season, great competitors, great races. I'm not fond of this track, but it gets my praise today for letting me have this one.
Yeah.
My friends always tune into the races there. They're always there for me, and it's something that really makes you appreciate it because part of this really is just because it's a little interesting to them, and it's something I like to talk about with them. These races that I run. And guess I'd like to thank you for putting on a great broadcast and my teammates back at the MPEM stable, even though Bryce couldn't be here today.
Well, we appreciate your time, Nicholas. Go celebrate. Happy birthday, by the way, belated. And we look forward to another race where you might make it up here in the broadcast booth. Hopefully another win. All right?
Thanks. What's next week?
Next week. Oh, boy. You're putting me on the spot there. We're going to bring it up right now. On the schedule next week, we have North Wilkesboro, and that'll be April 10th. So you're looking at a short track, buddy.
Well, I guess if things don't pan out and people agree to disagree, I suppose that there are a couple of people that might have receipts to cash in on me next week. So I guess I'll have to keep my nose ahead on that.
Yeah. Just, I mean, it is the season. I'm sure there's no hard feelings between Garrett or Bounty or Brian. Anybody, you earned it, man. You were up there in the right spot. Congratulations on tonight's win, and we hope to see you at North Wilkesboro. All right.
Yeah, if it was a track where it happened though, that one, fair game.
Fair enough. Yep, that would be the place. But on the flip side, it's a very small track. It doesn't take long to come back around the other side, right?
Right.
We appreciate your time, Nicholas, and we'll see you next time, buddy.
Thank you.
94 getting it done here tonight. There he is on the outside for the final turn. Riding through. Unfortunate events there for Dylan Bryant, Garrett Helmlinger, Larry Dickerson. But I tell you what, this guy right here, he's happy. I'm happy. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you did, make sure you hit that follow button, the subscribe button. It's so important here at VSPEED that you do that for us. Like the broadcast, share it with everyone you know. Send it to that relative you never talked to. I love those chats. I love getting random Facebook messages for shared links from people I don't even know. It's my favorite time of the day. Outside of that, guys, appreciate your time. Thank you for watching the broadcast tonight. I will see you tomorrow night at VTDY, live here on VSPEED at 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, take care, everybody. Have a good night. I did it again, chat. I did it again. We got to go through those finishing results. That is a terrible. Okay. We got to go through these finishing results. One more minute of your time as we go with Nicholas Pressey, going to win here tonight. Sean Langton, Dylan Bryant, your top three. Justin Ritchie in the fourth position. Kyle Stewart fifth. Sean Bounty, Nick Gardner, Luke Daniels, Morgan Cook, and Dakota Floyd, your top 10. Moving back to the 11th position, unfortunate Larry Dickerson's going to bring it home in 11th, trying to get the help in the points. Garrett Helmlinger, also unfortunate, back in 12th. Ross Phillips, who was having some glimpses of the lead there, in 13th. Brian Hennings, who's just been destroyed all season long. I'm looking for that guy to... Yeah, do I sound tired? I think I'm doing all right. We had Brian Hennings, who's been getting beat up all season long. I'd like to see that chromed out 74 get up there in that top 5 in 14th position. Thad Miller in 15th. Brian Watkins in 16th. Chris Klein 17th. Adam Tips, another unfortunate of the race tonight, in 18th. Joseph Selig 19th. And Dan Witt, who caught the most hang time in tonight's race. They're going to round out your top 20. 21st position is going to be Nicholas Fontenot with Yusuf Ghali, who, let's be honest, put on a show here tonight in the 4 machine. In 22nd, Sam Hines, 23rd. 24th is going to be Levi Day Carroll, and I apologize if I butchered that name. Kirel, I'm sorry about that if I'm butchering that. Todd Cleveland going to be 25th. Mark Math, 26th. And Josh Brown, who was maybe in the chat here at the beginning of this broadcast, going to be 27th here tonight. Okay, that is officially me signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast again. And let me reestablish 8:35 Eastern time for BTTY. K9 Burnouts is going to be in there, right? If you can make it. Outside of that, guys, I appreciate it. Take care, everybody.
Here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh!
Cabot.
Where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punt for the 33.
It's a drag.